I have a little horsey named Paul Revere.
Listen to the drum sounds.
Let's take them folk to YNC. You shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YNC. Battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YNC, wanna smoke. You know where it's at. At the YNC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YNC, yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YNC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YNC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YNC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, yeah, this is where it started at. Where your skills, where your rank, where your heart at. Where your fans, where your coaches, where your squad at. It's how you finish up the drill, it don't matter where you start at. Ayy, this is where all the gangs get litty. Ayy, yeah, tell me who gon' take it back to they city. Yeah, ayy, this is where all the greatest teams be. Game week, yeah, you know where to find me. Let's take them folk to YNC. We shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YNC. Battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YNC, wanna smoke. You know where it's at. At the YNC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YNC, yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YNC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YNC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YNC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, YNC, can anybody beat rare breed at the YNC? Voodoo going for a 5P at the YNC. Big zip, solid concrete at the YNC. Adamsville coming back to E, yeah, YNC. Bessemer got two different teams in the YNC. Them Buckeyes gon' crush them by the dreams at the YNC. Them beat that cause it ain't no in between. Ayy, who leaving out of Florida with that ring? Let's take them folk to YNC. You shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YNC. Battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YNC, wanna smoke. You know where it's at. At the YNC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YNC, yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YNC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YNC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YNC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze.
You know, Clay, it's something that gotta be said about originality, creativity. You feel me? Trendsetting. You feel me? I know I ain't do the proper introductions today, dog. You know, Well, when I sit back and I watch this youth football space, Clay, and in this space, it's lack of creativity, originality. Everybody
Very
want to
true.
be like somebody. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
true.
One thing I could say, Clay, we ain't never cookie cut over here, bro. If you seen it came for one, it was original. Hey, we had to like my man Trap House Meat said, we gave them folks the key last year because we had to do something that
Gave him the
people
key.
could just start biting, we created the crystal ball syndrome, the tall trophy syndrome, the charms around the neck syndrome. But it's just something about being original, man. Some trend set. You feel me?
I mean,
So, without further ado, of course, I'm Jonah Wool of Generation X Youth Sports Network. My man, Clayton Guillory, once the movie star of Tykes, Friday Night Tykes, has, has took his talents, over here to the airwaves at Football Uncut. As we prepare to kick off the 2024 season, we've been watching some of these preseason games. We've been really kind of seeing some teams really establish themselves, but
yeah.
no other time will we really get to see them establish themselves like in the next week, Clay. We're talking about arguably in youth football history at this time of the year, some of the best talent all on one football field at one place, at one city, from 6U all the way up to the big boys. Some ideal matchups we'll be talking about tonight. We'll be talking about certain times. We'll be talking about championships. Everybody's been hitting me up. Jonah, hey, we want to know when we playing
Get him
on
out of
our
here.
way out on Sunday, when we getting out of here, what time of the game. So things will be a little bit different from what you guys are used to, but most importantly, 4 quarters of football. Shout out to the dog pound over there at Clayton's crib. You know what I'm saying? You trying to
So
be
I'm saying, man,
you trying to be the dog whisperer over there. Hey, you bought one more time, nigga. One more
like,
time. You out here, boy. That's your
get that damn
ass.
dog out of here, man. Come
You
on.
feel me? Hey, Clay, so man, hey, we're a week away, my man. Talk to me. How you feeling?
Jonah, man, I'm feeling good. One thing that has stayed constant with all of this, right,
Yeah.
is that people in the past, and you and I have talked about this before it was let's use a YNC invite to try to attract players and parents to the team. Even though we don't really want to go to the YNC, we know we're not built like that. But because we have an invite, we're going to attract people. Now, this year, since we pretty much eliminated the invitations by saying, hey, these top 6 teams are getting invited, everybody else, first 6 are
Yeah.
registered. Now here's the new cap, bro. Here's the new cap. I'm gonna pay the registration fee and register for the YNC.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get my name on the list and in the bracket so everybody can see we're gonna be part of it to attract these kids.
Yeah.
And then T minus 7, 6, 5 days out, I'm gonna back out because I really don't want people to know that we're not built like that.
Right.
And it's sad, man. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've said this many times before, Jonah. Like, some of these grown men, they squat the pee, bro. Like, I don't understand it. I don't. How do you pay for an event in April? You register for the event in April.
Right.
Everybody has known the dates since last December, Jonah. Since December.
Exactly.
We are what, in July? Almost at the end of July?
Yeah.
For 7 months, people have known the dates. You registered for it in April. Now all of a sudden you can't get your parents to go, or they're having financial difficulties. And I'm not here to count anybody's bank account,
Right.
right? But I will tell you this. My mama didn't have a lot, bro. My dad didn't have a lot.
Right.
But if it's April and I was planning to be part of something big,
Oh, we playing
by
football.
August, they made it happen. They found a way. Even if it's $20, $40 per paycheck that was set to the side. Hey, even if we had to gas that thing up and drive cross country, we made it happen. And I don't understand it. But again, Jonah, maybe I'm wrong because I stand on my 2 feet up straight when I urinate in the toilet. Maybe maybe I'm wrong for that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Clay, we may not have had tomahawk steaks that week. We may not have had the tomahawk with lobsters that week, but we was gonna play football. You understand what I'm saying? But listen, It's cool because preseason does a lot for us over here at Generation X and YNC. It kind of shifts and sifts out who's the real and who's the not. Because I'll be real with you, I'd rather see who is pump faking in track stars in August, so we don't have to play around this. We don't have to play this game in November. I'd rather play this game of hide and go seek in August. We can go
Yep.
ahead and just get you up out of there and let the teams. And it's unfortunate because the kids want to play football, Clay. But
Tell me about it.
unfortunately, a lot of these coaches have hijacked these youth football teams to live their life again. They missed their shot. And now, God dang, I'm gonna live it. I'm gonna live it through these 8-year-olds, boy. This me. And if you notice, when they take the victory, they out there in their wife beater. They done took their shirt off. They out there in the coach's face, but they take a loss, they out of there. But listen, congratulations to the teams that we will be announcing today. The show goes on, and we'll just be gearing up because we know this is going to be a crazy year. We're getting ready for a crazier YNC that you guys have ever seen before. And kicking it off just in this August, we'll be doing some special things on media. When I can tell you, Clay, the media requests that came in over the last week, my brother, this is literally going to be like the youth football. Man, I won't even say Super Bowl. I'm gonna say it's like the Olympics because
Oh yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the medias that coming in. They put all their pride aside, regardless if they do things that's competitive in nature with us. They want to come out and support the kids, and we welcome you all, man. This is all about the shorties. We really want to just give them the shine, and we want to leave the biggest digital footprint ever. So when they leave here in August, they get to see themselves. I don't care if it's replays. We're going to be uploading to ESPN, Sports Center. We've already gave them a media release. They know what's going down in Panama City. We got the next Tom Brady's. We got the next, Emmitt Smith. All that's you'll see that there. And we know some crazy highlights. We'll have the drones out there. We'll have the instant replays. We'll have the dopest live stream. So it's about giving these kids an opportunity. And man, the competition, Clay, we don't have to say it, man. Y'all know what it is. It's gonna be crazy, and it gives you an example. You look right now, and we just talking about it. It's over 1,000 people logged in now, Clay, just to see these brackets. So what you think is gonna happen potentially? Let's just say some potential matchups. Imagine if a Twin City or Georgia Eagles line up against a Miami Garden Ravens 11U, the flock against Eagles, against Twin City, and not discounting the rest of them because any of those teams at 11 you can really compete for a big game. Or you get this game that everybody's anticipating. You talk about Supreme 7U against Bessemer. Though you talk about internet breakers. You understand what I'm saying? Or you get 12U, you get a rematch of something like, or you may get the new kids on the block. Maybe you get like an ABA against a Big Zip. So it's just, I gotta tell you, Clay, this is just an exciting week of football.
And there's really no way to predict it, Jonah, because I think you've got some clear-cut favorites with Voodoo, right? But then with Bugatti on the board, you never really know what could happen because of how that game was so close last year, even though Bugatti had some players they shouldn't have been playing with. I guess everything is square with their team now. So could that be an
That's
interesting
correct.
match? Right? Also, too, everybody's been talking about this Brick City stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and speak out for Brick City. I gave Brick City an opportunity in the past 24 hours. They say they couldn't take it because they started league play, right? I don't know how true that is, but that was just the word. But I can tell you this: when you guys see these first round games, I got a surprise for you on 10U. I got a
Ooh,
surprise for you on 10U. I've got something that's going to
ooh.
make a bunch of people say, man, we almost forgot about that, right? So we got some monkey wrenches thrown in there, right? But for me, Jonah, if I think about it, right, I think
Yeah,
that 7U matchup, if Bessemer and Supreme meet in the championship, I think that's what
yeah.
everybody is kind of looking forward to, right? Additionally, on 10U, you know, whoever against Voodoo, I think that you've got to give all the teams credit in that 10U bracket who are stepping up to the challenge to dethrone Voodoo. We talking about arguably the most dominant youth football has ever seen. Definitely since the
Yeah.
YNC has been, created. So just to get in that arena with them, right, and ready to step up to that challenge, I think you got to take your hats off to those kids. Like you said on 12U, do we get a rematch? Do we get a rematch of Lambeau and zip 'em up, right? Or does ABA come and upset some people? Does Texas Elite finally add the pieces to maybe get over that hump? Now,
Yeah.
8U,
Woo.
what could
Another
happen?
movie.
Because here's one thing I can share with you about 8U, right? Last weekend I went to the West Memorial. Shout out to my man Street. You know, he does an event to fundraise money for his brother who has passed kids, right? And it's a big event
Yeah.
here in Texas every year. And I always love it because it gives me an opportunity to kind of evaluate in-state and out-of-state talent. And a couple things that I saw, man, on 8U, I think you got a couple different options that might be able to compete for the throne, you know?
Yeah.
But the thing that these teams and these coaches can't do is they cannot get complacent. If you come out of Panama as the number one team in the country, that's just the beginning. You have not won the national championship. You're not finna get the ice. You're not finna get the key to youth football. You're not gonna get the
Right.
$30,000 in
That's the
merchandise
beginning.
just yet. You
Right.
got to complete the drill, brother. You got to go through the whole season, and then you've got to make sure that you can get that invitation to the youth national championship in December, and then claim your spot as
But
the
you know what,
ultimate
Clay?
national champion.
Let me stop you there, though. Let me stop you there. But what you do get, Clay told you what you don't get. But what you do get is you get months of bragging rights that
Woo-hoo!
I ain't leave nobody on the board. I ain't duck no smoke. I came up and took on every competitor. So y'all can't say, well, I didn't play this league and I don't play in this league and I don't play that league. Hey, save all that. If you're the last man standing, look, we gonna hold your hand up like in battle royale. You understand what I'm saying? So, Clay, that's it. That's the best thing about this event is that clearly
Well,
clearly
clearly.
you can't say you can't say, hey, listen, man, well, this team wasn't there, so you really can't beat the dub. You think about all the age groups, you that team. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
You're
here's the
definitely that
question that
team.
I've been getting the most from people is Clay, what time are the championship games on Sunday, right? Because people
Right.
trying to plan so they can get the kids back for school. They want to plan their travel arrangements. So listen, one thing that we're doing this time that we never do, we never try to have a bunch of championship games at the same time. But we are listening to you guys. A lot of you guys want these games as early as possible on Sunday because you want to hit the road and get your kids back for their first day of school on Monday. Especially a lot of teams in the Georgia area, I guess they start school on that Monday, right? I'm finna tell you the times for these championship games, right? So unless you in the championship game, there's no excuse for your kid not to be in school on Monday, right? These
Right.
are the only ones that's gonna be doing the damn thing on Sunday. All right, so at 9 a.m. you're going to have the 7U championship game, the 8U championship game, and the 6U championship game. All right? That's 9 a.m. Sunday. 7U, 8U, 6U championship game. At 11 a.m. on Sunday, you will have the 10U championship game, the 9U championship game, and the 11U championship game. So again, that's 11 a.m. on Sunday, 10U, 9U, and 11U championship game. And then, of course, at 1 p.m. on Sunday, you will have the 12U championship game, the 13U championship game, and the 14U championship game. By 3 p.m., man, we out of there. So,
Yeah.
hey, if you within 5 to 6 hours of a drive back, hey man, you at home.
You
You at home
good.
before 9 p.m. You know what I'm
You
saying?
good.
So let's make it work. You know, and I get it. I get it. A lot of people, oh man, why is it 3 different games at one time? We do have to take care of the number one priority, and that's putting these kids in the best situation to be successful, not only just on the field, but where, Jonah? In the classroom.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%. So yeah, you're gonna get everybody want to see everybody want to be they want to watch every championship game. Listen, it's preseason. Y'all gonna be all right. The niggas talking about forget
Hey, my
school,
man.
man.
Yeah, my man say forget school.
Hey, one
Hey,
game
we know
at a
that to be
time, man.
Steve,
Let's
man.
play all 9 games at one time. Listen, and think about it, Clay. What people don't realize, we don't even in our championships, we don't play all 9 games in one day. We split half on Saturday and split
Correct,
half on
correct,
Sunday. So if you really
correct.
wanted to watch every championship game, you really need 2 days to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're talking about 2 hours a game times two. Listen, we don't got 18 hours out there on the football field to watch 9
No.
games. So this is the way it's going to go. We'll make sure that we got live streaming. Y'all be able to go ahead and catch it back when you get home, rewind it, check it out. We're going to make sure these kids get their shine. So, all right, we're going to get to it. Everybody want to get their
Well,
brackets?
hold on, Jonah. Hold on.
Yeah,
First
talk to
off,
me.
let's
Talk to
let's
me.
let, let's clear let's clear the air, right?
Yeah,
Everybody has seen the brackets, right? I see a lot of people saying, let's see the brackets, let's see the brackets. Y'all have seen the brackets. Our last show, we had the brackets. Now, what has happened is
that
some
is
teams have
correct.
disappeared off those brackets, and then some teams have been replaced by other teams in that bracket. What you're going to
Right.
see tonight is you're going to see the field, day, and time of your first game. All right? You're going to see what all 12 6U teams, who they first, what field and time their first game is. Same thing, 7U, 8U, all the way on up to 14U, right? Now, after that first game, wherever you play after that or wherever you fall in the bracket is all on you. So for those faithful fans, for those 1,300 fans that was watching us last show, you already got the brackets, man. We are just going to give you the dates and times. And please remember from our Zoom call meeting, all teams you are certifying the day of, right? You need to be at the venue with your complete team ready to certify at least 90 minutes before your game time. So if your game time is at 10 a.m., you need to be at the venue at the certification desk at 8:30 a.m. All right. Remember, there are no weekend passes for spectators with us. Everything is a single day pass. Admission
Yep.
for adults is $20 per day, cash only, no electronic payments. Children ages 5 to 11 will be $10, so that means 12 and up is the 20. And then those babies that are 4 and under, they're going to come in free because, man, I had to twist Jonah on, man, but Jonah got to show some
Ah.
love to them babies and let them in for free, right? But,
Oh.
AG, let's do this before we start talking about it, man. Let's throw that map up there so I can show everybody where they need to be for certification, where they need to be for spectator entrance, and then the labeling of the fields, man. I probably should
Clay,
have
they
warned
say they
AG
want to
before.
vote on that championship. They want to vote on
Well,
it.
listen, no matter what they vote on, I can show you plenty of text
Right.
messages from some teen moms that done went ham on me about having
Yeah.
having games on Sunday with school starting. So, all right, guys. So as we take a look here, as you can see, all right, now where you see the 2 arrows at, where you see the spectator entrance and you see player certification, that is going to be the front of the venue, just left of the parking lot. So there's a metal building right there in the middle. To the right of the metal building will be where the spectator entrance is. This is for everyone that is not a player or certified sideline personnel will enter. They'll pay cash to enter there. Remember, it's 100% clear bag policy, right? And anything else, you need to try to carry it in by hand or have it in a clear bag. I do have some bad news. If you, based on the rules that we saw from the complex, if you're on grass fields, you can possibly bring your pop-up tent and you can bring a chair. If you're on turf fields, they won't let you bring the pop-up or the chair. So that's a venue thing. That's not us. Y'all know we normally allow that. Now, to the left of the building is where the player certification is. So again, remember, you need to be there 90 minutes before your first game time with your complete book in hand, ready to come up to the certification area and get certified. Coaches, when you get your certification band, keep it on the entire weekend. If you don't keep it on the entire weekend, you will be charged for another one. Players as well, you need that certification band on at all times to get in the venue and playing the game. That band will be checked before each and every game. If a player does not have their band, we will not hold the game up. We will send them back to the certification table and we will begin to start playing. And whenever he gets certified to come back, then he'll get certified to come back. Also, remember, coaches, you need leather footballs to play in this event. No composite footballs. We have a very strict policy on that, and a lot of people get burned by that particular rule, right? All right. Now, as you can see, field 1, which is the field that Jonah and my man A to the G will be live streaming, right? Then towards the back of the complex, after you pass 2 or 3 warm-up fields, you have field 2, field 3, and field 4. And then if you go a little ways into the complex and then bustle right down that sideline, you will see field 5 and field 6 with a warm-up field up there as well too. So 4 turf fields, 2 grass fields, plenty of warm-up area. You know, we're going to have a dope DJ spinning when you walk through the door. Now, if the food is not up to par this time, don't get on us. This complex does all the concession stands, right? So we don't have nothing to do with the food. But I can tell you this, we'll have a great atmosphere. It's going to be a dope vibe. We'll have some great footballs. This is the map. This is what you need to screenshot. This lets you know exactly where you need to enter into the facility, where you need to get your kids certified, right? And here's the example I gave. The team moms on the call, and I'm going to give it to you guys, right? A lot of you parents have kids on multiple age levels within the org. You may have a 12U kid, but you have a 7U son as well. And the 12U son is coming with you to watch the 7U son, but you don't want to have to pay an admission with him because he cannot certify unless he certifies with his team. So here's what you can do. When you get to the spectator entrance, if you've got a 12U player with you and he's coming to watch little brother, you can have the front gate call me on the walkie-talkie. If I'm not busy, all right. If I'm not busy, I will come to the front gate. I will pull out my phone, will confirm in Zorts that he is a player, and then we will let him in for free to watch his little brother, and then he'll have to come back out and certify with his team for his later game. Now, as you guys know, sometimes I get tied up. Maybe I'm over there trying to, keep a dispute down, or maybe I'm over there making sure our referees are doing everything what they need to do, and different things like that. If they reach out to me on the walkie-talkie and I cannot make it up there, you will have to pay for your son to come in the game and spectate. But when he certifies, long as he still has that band on his wrist, we will give you your money back because we're not going to double charge anybody. All right? So hopefully I'm not busy. He can just come on in for free. If I am busy, you're going to loan us $20. He'll come on in, and then when he certifies, we're going to give you that $20 back. So I want to make sure everybody understands that clearly. And just like that, Jonah, we're going to lean with it, rock with
it. Hey, make sure y'all loan Clay that 20 real quick. So you know what I'm saying? Clay, without further ado, these people, this is what they tuned in for. This is what they came here for. AG, give me that 6U matchup. I'm going to give you them odds because them odds going to be special. That's 7 and 11.
He said them odds going to be special.
I'm going to let you roll with that. I'm going to let you have it. But Ro, go ahead. There we go. So look, you look at this right here. Thursday night or Thursday matchups are kicking off at 10 a.m. It's Duval Jags against the MBK Tigers at 10 o'clock, field 5. At field number 6, Motion Sharks taking on Atlanta Elite, a movie. Absolute movie at the 6U action, bro. Now, Mobile Elite taking on Lynn Haven Raiders. This is the team I want to see, Clay. I don't know much about Lynn Haven Raiders, but what I am hearing about them, they're making a push for the national championships. And a late comer in here, listen, Matry Ravens, Alabama, against Alabama. You got to love it. They're going to kick it off field 6 at 12 o'clock on Thursday. And then the winner of those games on Friday are going to take the higher seeded teams, which are a lot of they like Vikings, Twin City Outlaws, Bessemer Tigers, and Real Deal GEA. So you'll see those particular fields. So whoever those winners are, they'll be sitting for and waiting for them on Friday. So you can have a potential matchup of maybe the Jags against the Vikings, or potential matchup against Twin City and Motion Sharks. You can have a potential matchup between Bessemer and Mobile Elite. So you got a lot of things going over here. You can have Matry Ravens taking on Real Deal GEA. So this is how this first Thursday and Friday is going to pan out, man, over at Panama City. And this is just the babies. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Hit them with that 7U, Clay.
We're going to hit them with that 7U, man. So, guys, remember, everything that we show you guys is built upon how everything stands today. If we have some more grown men who squat the P and they pull out, it changes everything, right? If we get to add a team, it changes everything. But one thing is for sure, Zorts will always be updated. So when we enter in the schedule in Zorts come Saturday, then at that point, boom, you can always check Zorts for an update. And if games and times change or anything like that, we'll notify you guys. But 7U, one of the most anticipated age groups, right? Now, on Thursday, 2 p.m., Field 5, Playmakers Elite versus the MBK Tigers, right? Then again on Thursday, 2 p.m., Field 6, SED Wolverines versus the Lithonia lines. And I'm gonna tell you here, Jonah, and I know you like Clay is Texas. That's why you saying it. I watched these guys play
Yeah,
at the West Memorial this past weekend. They different, bro. And here's what I mean by different. The
yeah,
coaching staff that they've put together is so different now. The way the kids respond to them is so different. I'm excited to see how that team is going to handle this entire gauntlet that they're about to try to go through. 6 p.m. on Field 1. Remember, we still talking 7U. Orlando Outlaws versus Twin City Outlaws. Who's going to be the
yeah.
most dominant outlaw, right? Thursday at 6 p.m. on Field 2. Atlanta Elite Supreme versus the Lauderdale Lakes Vikings. Now, a lot of people been hitting me up. Hey Clay, Supreme should be in the top four. They should have a first round bye. They beat this person. They beat that person. Listen, our bracket is built on what was done last year. We not finna build our bracket on what has been done on another platform because we don't know how that was regulated. All I can
Right.
control is what's done at my event in front of my eyes. So we basing it off last year. And then the guys that got that first round bye, your higher seeds, right? Friday, 1 p.m. on Field 5. Winner of Thursday is going to have to face Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes. Again, Friday, 1 p.m. on Field 6. You're going to have the winner from day one will be facing the Motion Sharks. Friday, 3 p.m. Field 5. You're going to have the winner facing the defending YNC national champs, the Bessemer Tigers. And then on Field 6 at 3 p.m. as well on Friday, you're going to have the winner from day one facing Real Deal GEA. Jonah,
Yes, sir.
this 7U
Action.
bracket might be the most competitive out of all of them, man. It really
Yeah.
might be.
Well, you got two front runners right now, and everyone's saying it. Supreme and Bessemer. The other teams kind of got to live up to that billing right now. Can they compete? Can they sit with the Stallions? And again, this is a marathon. This is not just a one gamer and you're done. What team will have the stamina? What team will have the endurance to play these back-to-back games and then come out victorious? But if you had to say two front runners right now, it's Bessemer and Supreme until proven differently, Clay. But then you have a lot playmakers elite coming over there from the East Coast. SED Wolverines, like you say, out of Texas, doing some big things. And of course, Lauderdale Lakes and Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes. One coming out of the FYFL, the other one coming out of Florida Elite and out of the South Florida area. So a lot of action. And listen, in a dark horse, Clay, nobody's talking about Motion Sharks anymore. Nobody's talking about the team that almost knocked off the number one team. So we have
You're
all these
right.
new teams
You're
and
right.
all these rebranded teams, but the Sharks are still sitting there being ignored, not being paid attention to. And listen, I know they struggled this past weekend, and Supreme came out Supreme. But listen, once you play a team once, it's hard to beat them twice. It's hard to beat them three times. So I got to tell you, 7, you're going to be bananas in Panama City.
Nah, 100%, man. 100%. Jonah, go and lace him up with that 8U because it only gets better from here, my man.
Chicka. Hit me up, AG. Yes, sir. This is, believe it or not, man, this is one of my favorite age groups right here. This doesn't get the sexiness of the 7 and the 11U and the 12U, but this is a Iron Pail age group right here. Kicks off on Thursday night, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Check out the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes against Twin City Outlaws. Going to be Florida versus Georgia. Get on up to Panama City. It's a lot of football fields, man. Just get you some popcorn. I guarantee you, any field you stop at, it's not going to be boring football. It's going to be lights out. T&T taking on Lynn Haven Raiders. The Raiders, once again, bringing that whole part, bringing that organization, trying to put their name on the national map. What better way? Panama City goes down Thursday, 4 o'clock at Field 2. Field 3, 4 p.m. MPK Tigers taking on the Lauderdale Lake Vikings. Y'all know these Vikings coming and representing Florida Elite this year. Will they be dominant at this young age group? And wrapping up on that Thursday for this age group, Maryland Heat taking on Rare Breeds. Now, arguably, Clay, everyone who knows youth football, who's been watching the underground games, who's been watching this going back and forth, even though they're playing on a Thursday night, they're saying the Rare Breeds 8U is that squad. They feel this team has the ability, it has the roster and the coaching to go wire to wire to be a national champ. If they come out here number one, Who can knock them off out of Georgia and who can knock them off during the season? I want to see it because, it's one thing to talk about, it's one thing to put it out on the football field. Now, on that Friday, the winners of those 4 games I just talked about will be waiting to play Adamville's Tiger, the national defending champion, the billionaire boys, okay? Talk about all these new teams. We talk about the Rare Breeds. We talk about Twin City. We talk about the Hurricanes. But let's talk about the defending champs. These are the guys who's actually wearing this jewelry right now. You got to come take this from them boys, right? Billionaire boys wearing they bling bling. Real deal GEA. They get an opportunity to put their hat in the mix. I got to tell you, I love these teams right here. But another team that I just got think crazy opportunity, a champion on their own. They finally come out of the country and they coming in the city now. It's one thing to be in the country, Clay. You can wrestle a bear. Yeah, you jump on them deers, chasing rabbits. But when you get in that city, bro, you got to, so now Space City is in the city. Okay? So them country wins, I don't know if them country wins going to add up. But, hey, Space City, hey, all jokes aside, this team is loaded from head to toe. If there's any team that can come out here and compete and challenge the champions, it's going to be Space City. So another thing, you're talking about Rare Breeds, Adamsville, Space City, and Atlanta Elite. I mean, listen, Clay, it's just too much juice, bro. Like, in any other place you go, 8U would be something that like people overlook. This 8U bracket, my bro, is loaded from head to toe. Again, the only hard thing that's gonna be for me this weekend is where do I go? What do I watch? You know what I'm saying? Who do I interview? What team? It's a lot. It's a lot. So we'll talk about the media that's going to be included, not just AG and myself, but under the radar. And all the media outlets will be there supporting these kids because we're going to need it. With all these fields going like this, everybody, we got to show love, Clay. But that's your 8U bracket. Give me 2 teams you think that might end up in a championship based on what you're seeing, how the brackets are set up here and the fields are set up. Tell me 2 teams you think have the potential to see each other on that Sunday.
So now, guys, I see a lot of comments. Before I answer Jonah's question, remember, these are just the Thursday and Friday game schedules. This is not the bracket. The bracket was given last week. So if you want to know who wins and then plays who on Friday, you got to look at the bracket, right, to map that out. Because I see a lot of you guys making some comments and it's not adding up. But I can tell you, man, if I'm looking at this thing right here, man, you cannot not go with the Billionaire Boys, which is Adamsville Tigers, the defendant YNC national champions, right? Now, the question is, who would come over from the other side, right? Who would come over from the other side? I'm going to pick a dark horse on this one, man. I'm going to pick a dark horse on this one, that maybe nobody is really thinking about, maybe nobody's really talking about, If I got to pick one from the other side of the bracket, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I think TNT gonna shock some people. I think TNT, and you're gonna say, "Oh, Clay, you picked another Texas team."
Pretty much. That's what. Yeah, you read. You're a mind reader there, Clay. You got a special talent going on, dog.
TNT. All right. TNT they're gonna beat Lynn Haven, and then they're gonna have to play Real Deal GEA.
Right.
And from what I've been seeing on social media right now, Real Deal GEA is not firing on all cylinders. So then TNT gonna squeak that one out. And it's just gonna come down to if they can beat the winner of the trifecta down there of MBK Tigers, Lauderdale Lakes Vikings, and Atlanta Elite Ravens. Right? One thing I know though, any team that has Atlanta Elite on it, they're gonna have great line play. So I believe if in the semifinals you see TNT versus the Atlanta Elite Ravens, it's going to come down to who wins the battle of the bigs. Because one thing we know, when you got Big Mike over there, you got Coach O over there, etc. Hey, it's too much beef in that organization to not have good line play.
Man.
So those are my 2, bro.
I like it. I want to see it when TNT shows up. Will it be the little TNT or will it be the big TNT? You feel me? I want to see what's going to show up. But Clay, enough about this 8U. What we looking like on 9U, bro? Show me them 9s.
So listen, man. This 9U, again, another age level that is full from top to bottom. So Thursday, 10 a.m., on field 1. So Icy Boys versus Jack Boys. And right now, So Icy Boys, they want my head. They say I'm being very disrespectful to their resume. And they coming, that's what they told me, bro. They say they are coming to Panama to win this
Yeah.
thing and shut me up, right?
Right,
Then
right,
you got
right.
10 a.m. on field 3, Huffman Hurricanes versus Dallas Elite, right? Thursday, 10
Yeah.
a.m. field 4, Orlando Outlaws versus Atlanta Elite. And then on field 3, 6 p.m. Thursday, in my opinion, I think might be the best 9U first round game, RCU versus the Georgia Eagles, man. That's gonna
Wow.
be a good game. Mark my words on that. That's gonna be a good game right there. That's gonna be a good one. Now, winners of day 1, they roll over to day 2. And then, of course, on field 1, you have the defending YNC national champion, Bessemer Tigers. They'll play at 9 a.m. on Friday, right? Then you've got the youth national championship national runner-up, Gorilla Mob. They'll be playing Friday, 9 a.m. on field 2. Field 3 at 9 a.m. on Friday, you have the AYF two-time defending champion, the Playmakers Elite. Shout out to
God,
PME coach Jawan. Jawan always come get the smoke early in the season so he can be the
early.
king at the end of the season, right? And
Right.
then Field 4, 9 a.m., Lauderdale Lakes Vikings versus whoever wins on their side. And here's the thing, Jonah. If you're looking at this bracket, right, let's
Yeah.
just talk about national championship pedigree for a moment, right? And I'm not talking about I'm talking about teams that have kids on there that have won national championships.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got Georgia Eagles, formerly RDU, that have national championships under that team's belt. You've got Bessemer Tigers that have national championships under that belt. And you got Playmakers Elite that have national championships. You've got 3 perennial teams that all have national championship pedigree within that team.
And I
What's the
can
team
name
that
you
you
another 3 teams that played in the national championship at one point as well. Lauderdale Lake
correct?
Vikings. You
Yep.
understand what I'm saying? Gorilla Mob.
So,
You see what I'm saying?
yep,
So these are teams
yep.
that all know how to get to that championship game. But again, Clay, all on one field, all at one place, something has to give, man. Something has to give. And look, it's been no pressure. We've been talking like this since 6U, fam. It's no let up. It's no let up. And just to show you that there's no let up, before we even get to 10U, Clay, let me see. You know, it's easy to take Bessemer Tigers because they're the 3-time national champion. And we saw them in preseason. They didn't look like their regular selves, but their running backs are just amazing. The coaching is solid. Coach Blue never gets rattled. So you got to say Bessemer Tigers will be there then. They're used to the marathon. They know how to play back-to-back games. But is there a dark horse in there? Is there a team that no one's really calculating on being there? Would it be another defensive battle like Lauderdale Lake Vikings playing tough and getting there again? They've seen Bessemer head to head. Would it be Gorilla Mob, who played for a national championship last year as well? Would it be Playmakers Elite, who just coming off another national championship from a different league? You know, is it So Icy, who's the hot and cold? You know, is it going to be the hot Icy or is it going to be the cold Icy that shows up? Because you know when they hot, you know what I'm saying? When Icy's hot or when they cold, it depends on what Icy you get. You understand what I'm saying? So, and Orlando Outlaws, when they're playing on all cylinders, they're tough to beat. A
They are
lot of
tough.
teams,
They are tough.
and don't sleep on Atlanta Elite. So. And Georgia Eagles RCU, so it's loaded here, man. I'm just saying, it's just the hardest thing about all these games is that you want to take them all in. You want to watch it because there's so many different types of strategy of football being played here. There's so many great athletes. Clay, what I want to do is make sure we get all the rosters because I can tell you, and I'm going to be 100 what I'm about to say right now. I can tell you on this particular field, if you get this roster and get from 6U to 14U, do you know how many D1 kids are going to be in Power 5 schools that once touched this field here? I mean, you got to give these babies these props, give the coaches the props of just really getting these kids to the next level. But man, this is truly the future. So man, we blessed. We're honored to even see this in front of us, and we glad y'all signed up and just really made this event what it is, man. Because it's just gonna be bananas. It's gonna be
I
bananas.
can
But
tell you
let's get to
this,
10U.
Jonah. Well, hold on. Before you go to 10U, I can tell you
Yeah,
on 9U, man. My man Nottie, right?
he's
The mayor,
overdue.
the mayor of Fort Lauderdale, right?
Right.
My man Nottie says he gonna win the preseason this year and the big thing in December. Man, he say this is
Well,
his
this is
year.
what I
He
need. This is what
said
I need to see from.
he's
Yeah,
undeniable gonna be the guy this year.
this is what I need to see from Nadi. I've watched Nadi. I've been there. I went up there 2 years ago when they played Busman in a 2-0 game type game. Defense, dog pound, the dog, they bite. When is Nadi offensively going to get over the hill? Because to beat Bessemer Tigers, let's just be 100. When they're on all cylinders, you got to score at least 2 or 3 touchdowns. Now, Nadi's defense can play with the best of them in the country,
Now he
but
got a hell of a
offensively,
defense.
oh yeah, they're gonna stop you. But you got to be able to score a couple touchdowns against that Bessemer defense. Now, Gorilla Mob, man, is a big 9U team. They got big backs. They got it. Listen, oh man, this gonna be crazy. This gonna be crazy, Clay. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
if I had to say, I know Bessemer will be there. I want to see who has the tougher regimen between Gorilla Mob, Lauderdale Lakes, who can battle it out of them. And if this stays true, that means the winner of Orlando Outlaws, and I'm not looking at the bracket, so I may not be accurate, that the winner of Orlando Outlaws versus Atlanta Elite might be playing Playmakers
Let
Elite.
me pull it up
And
for
the
you,
winner,
Jonah. Hold on.
yeah,
I got my trusted computer handy. Let me pull it up for you.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
Let's because
here's what you got. Let me paint this picture for you, Jonah.
talk to me.
Huffman Hurricanes and Dallas Elite, that winner gets our defending national champion. RCU and Georgia Eagles, that winner gets the defending AYF national champion. So all of those teams on the same side of the bracket.
Who
Now
gets
on the
Gorilla
bottom
Mob?
side of the Gorilla Mob's on the bottom side of the bracket. So you've got Orlando Outlaws and Atlanta Elite. That winner gets Gorilla Mob. And then on the
Wow.
same side of the bracket, you've got the So Icy Boys versus Jack Boys. That winner gets Lauderdale Lake Vikings. So
Woo,
Gorilla Mob and
woo.
Dog Pound are gonna have to cross paths in the semifinals to
I
get to
love it.
Bestman in the championship.
I love it. What better way?
I
If
love
not,
it.
if not, he's gonna cross over to the crossroads, as Bone Thugs and Harmony said. Hey, go through the Gorilla Mob, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a clash. Lauderdale Lake
Oh
Vikings,
yeah.
and I'm saying
Oh yeah.
if those teams not discounting their competition, because that game would have to happen by winning. But if Gorilla Mob, Fort Lauderdale Vikings, I mean, y'all speak. Let the people speak. Who would y'all think would win that game between Gorilla Mob and Lauderdale Lake Vikings, man? Y'all go
Oh,
ahead and speak.
Gorilla Mob and the Dog Pound. I can tell you
Wow.
this. I don't know who gonna win it, Jonah, but I can tell you this. It's gonna be some high zeros exchanged on the black market on that one. I can tell you that. I can tell
But
you that. Just remember,
here's
Clay
what I
don't want
was
la 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 la. No part of it.
right.
It's gonna be some high zeros on that one.
But listen, here's the only thing about it. Bessemer is going to be sitting back just licking their chops because after that physical game
Yes.
between
Yep.
Gorilla Mob and will they be prepared to take on the national champ after coming out of that melee, after coming out of that steel cage match, Gorilla Mob and the Dog Pound? Will after that victory, whoever wins that game, you catch your breath. The next morning, you're looking at the Bessemer Tigers across the field from you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Only at the
Man,
YNC,
Jonah.
baby.
So listen, Jonah. Before AG make this switch and you go through this 10U list, here's all I got to say to y'all, man. Guess who's back? Go ahead, Jonah. Guess who's back?
Can you cue up my music like what's that song when y'all I thought you forgot about Dre?
Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All I heard was Papa, don't hit me no more.
Hey, hit me up, AG. Spin them ones and twos on the 10U. Oh, yeah, here we go. Lynn Havens Raiders on field 2, 10 a.m. against Mac Dolphins. Congratulations, Mac Dolphins. Getting out here, getting ready to play some some games, some national matchups. This is going to be a way to acclimate yourself into the national scene. Somebody who won't need any acclamation. A lot of the LA Vikings ready to take on College Park Rams off rip. 12 o'clock, high noon, field number 1. It's going down. Also, Thursday, 12 o'clock, field number 2 from the West Coast. OG Ducks taking on MPK Tigers. 10 and under action. You won't want to miss it. Field number 3, high noon once again. Montgomery Cardinals taking on the Village Toros. Some action you want to see. New faces on the national scene, and this is what it all is all about. I'll never forget the first time we had the Louisville Chargers come on our scene. And Coach, RIP to Coach Beach, one of the top coaches in
Yes.
youth football, man, with the
Yep.
Louisville Chargers defensive coordinator. True, man, for the community, true for those kids. Man, our condolences from Generation X, YNC, Battle, all our whole team, man. Shout out to Coach Beach. But I'll never forget, announcing a lot of here. Louisville Chargers. And like, man, listen, man, yeah, this ain't no basketball. And I'm hearing Coach, oh man, we got something, man. We got something. We're gonna come out here and play this team, this and this and this and that. And then I'm like, man, Coach, I ain't never really see it from Louisville, but come on in. We'll welcome y'all in. Came in here, and I'll never forget seeing the African Nightmare Sequoia. Yeah, up and down the field. Number 1, his son just taking off, and I'm like,
Yep.
man, out of Louisville. So y'all don't sleep on somebody when they say Village Toros, or or these I know it takes getting used to. We used to specific areas producing talent, but there's talent across the United States of America. Don't sleep on that. We want to be a platform to make sure we can give everybody that opportunity. All right, so listen. After that Thursday goes down, on the Friday night, the big dogs will be waiting. They've earned the spot to sit and chill for that Friday night. Of course, your defending national champs, Atlanta Elite Voodoo, will be chilling and ready for that 11 o'clock game on field number 1. All right, on field number 2 at 11 o'clock as well, SED Wolverines will be waiting on the winner of that game that we mentioned earlier. Of course, West Orlando Jags, always been a little shy, but can they get over the hump in this preseason? We'll see. Crescent City Chargers, another talented team. We've seen them
Guess
pull
who's
off
back?
some great upsets in the preseason, and they are back on the scene to go ahead and put pressure on this national 10 and under action, Clay.
So listen,
I love it.
Jonah. And here's the thing with Crescent City Chargers back on the scene, right? Back on the scene. And a lot of people don't realize Crescent
Yeah.
City Chargers was our national runner-up last year. You remember that, Jonah?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yes,
With
sir.
them back on the scene, it shifts how the bracket looks. So let me walk people through how this bracket looks because
Yeah.
people, they're not going to understand it. So Louisville Prime drops out, which was the 4 seed.
Yes.
Now, West Orlando goes to the 4 seed. SED Wolverines go to the 3 because Crescent City is the 2 based off last year. So,
Last year.
of course, the winner of Bugatti and College Park gets an opportunity at the number 1 team on the planet, Voodoo. Then, the winner of the OG Ducks and MBK Tigers get a shot at the West Orlando Jaguars, who are on the same side of the bracket as Voodoo now. So that means
Yes.
you could have you could have a family and Voodoo lock up in the semifinals again. And you know that was a classic last time as well too.
Yes, sir.
Now you've got Lynn Haven Raiders versus Mac Dolphins. That winner gets Crescent City Chargers. And now with SED going to the 3 spot, Montgomery Cardinals versus Village Toros. That winner gets SED, and you could get a SED and Crescent City Charger matchup in the semifinals again as well too. Jonah,
Move.
in the last 24 hours, this 10U bracket went from good to fucking amazing.
Pretty much. In a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to brag, you know what I'm saying? Like, but man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is crazy. This bananas, bro. It's sick. And like I said, when the 10U was really front heavy, it's just because of how everything has sorted out. These potential Friday and Saturday matchups are just gonna be crazy. A very equally matched, of course, Elite Voodoo having ahead of being the national champs, four-time national champs, trying to get a 5 feet this year. Man, this is crazy. Yeah, AG ain't playing no jokes. He ain't playing no jokes. So yeah, man. So that wraps it up for the 10U. But listen, I know without asking you, you've already made it clear to me, Clay, that your favorite youth football team, you feel pound for pound right now is Atlanta Elite Voodoo. You've said that a couple programs before earlier in the broadcast.
Jonah, listen.
Yes.
Jonah, you misquoting me. You misquote me, Jonah. I don't feel. I know Voodoo is the best team in the country.
There you
Pound for
go.
pound back. I don't
Well,
feel.
you didn't
I
even say
know.
the country. You said the
The
universe.
world. The world.
The world. The
I'm gonna tell you
world.
right now, if they got 10U football teams on Jupiter, me, Batman, old Big Mike, we taking Voodoo up
We
there and we
going.
taking over Jupiter right now.
Can I call the game?
No doubt. No doubt. Without a
Okay.
doubt.
Hey, AG, we got replays on Jupiter, all right? Red flag challenge. Hey, so man, hey, 10U is bananas. Man, again, the hardest thing, and I think everybody will agree with me, is like, where do you go? What game do you watch? What age group do you lock in? Like, if you're a youth football fan, it's frustrating because man, look. You know what, Clay? I'm gonna rent golf carts. I think we could come up, rent some golf carts, because dude's gonna be wanting to flip from one field to the next field to the next field to the next field. It's so much action.
Nadi
Okay.
is supposed to be bringing. He's supposed to be bringing his scooter for me again with the little gas pedal on it, man. Nadi, don't forget
He
my scooter.
ain't
You
gonna
forget
give
my
up. You
scooter,
know, Nadi
I'm
don't
banning
like
your golf cart.
Nadi. Here's a couple things you can guarantee about Nadi. Nadi's not gonna walk a lot. He's gonna be using that scooter. And no matter if it's 80 degrees or if it's 20 degrees, Nadi gonna be in a wife beater chilling.
Hey, you right about that, fam. He gonna be in a
Just
white beater
know
for sure.
this. A wife beater. You could go to Prime 112 and Nadi gonna be in Prime 112 restaurant with the nice lobsters and steak with a wife beater on with a little handkerchief around the knife beater just to look fancy. But my dog gonna be rocking his wife beater. Just know that.
Listen, man. Two cats that I know. It don't matter what day of the week it is. It don't matter what event. It could be the inaugural presidential dinner.
Right.
Nadi and Larry Owens both gonna be walking around with wife beaters on, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Hey man, I think Nadi and Larry O should come out with their own little line of wife beaters, dog. You know what I'm saying? The classic. And I'm gonna never let you lay this down, Larry O, because you tried me and Clay that weekend. So I'm gonna never let you lay this down. Larry O and Big Mike up 24-7 at halftime over the Miami Garden Ravens. Up
Oh yeah.
24-7. And Larry was over there chilling. Okay, we chilling. We good. He and his wife beat their hands up. Yeah, Jonah, this is what we do. We love you, baby. Thank you for the opportunity. Now we love you, boy. Thank you for inviting us down here to Miami. No, this one YNC just taking off. Man, I go back up in the booth, sit down, give me a little sandwich. I look back up. I said, hold up. It's 26-24. What? Ravens came back and beat them. So that day, I go back to the hotel room. I'm just watching all the games and watching the recaps because it was just a buzzing weekend. And I see Larry O doing a live. And I see a dark room. And I see in this dark room, I see a lighter light up. Right? And then when the lighter light up, you see Larry's face behind the lighter. He light up a cigarette, a Newport. He in a wife beater, vintage wife beater. This ain't the regular wife beater. There's two different type of wife beaters. You got the new Arab wife beaters that fit tight. You know what I'm saying? It's a new one. But the vintage Fruit of the Loom wife beater, they kind of hang down low, right? And loose. So you can kind
Yeah,
of do
yeah,
what you need to
yeah.
do, right? Larry got on the vintage Fruit of the Loom, smoking a cigarette. Don't never go back down to YNC. Them niggas will cheat you every time. How we cheated you, Larry, when you was up 24-7? You loved us. You was kissing us. I had to get the spit off my cheek. You tongue kissed my ear at halftime. And then at the end of the game, you smoking your cigarette in the wife beater. How we cheated you? But would that just bring me back, man? Every time I see my man Nadi and Larry in the wife beater, all jokes aside, them dudes just real. They love the kids. They don't care about what they wearing. They don't care. They ain't trying to be Gucci'd out. They gonna be there, rain, sleet, or snow. And I can say this about Larry and Nadi. Say what you want to about them. They gonna do for their kids. Their kids gonna have their food. They gonna be there. They gonna make every trip, and they gonna get a last for them kids. So shout out to Nadi and shout out to Larry. Oh man,
Well,
the wife
check it
beater.
out, Jonah.
Yeah,
Since none of the team coaches got together and actually put together they teams for the 7-on-7 tournament we were supposed to have for the coaches, right?
yeah,
How
yeah.
about we have Larry O and Nadi racing the 40, and the winner we're gonna buy them a custom pack of 50 cent wife beaters.
Oh man, Nadi and Larry O and a 50-yard dash. Wow. I don't know if we got that much time to be out there that long, man. We only out there 4 days.
Hey, Larry O gonna fire up a cig so fast.
So quick. Hey, and here go the thing about Larry O. How Larry O is so talented. How can Larry O have a full conversation? Hold on, man. You ever seen when them old school dudes had a cigarette in their mouth and they could talk with a cigarette in their mouth?
And it's just hanging. It's just hanging.
It be hanging. Full conversation with the cigarette in his mouth. Don't even break it off, man. Well, listen, enough about Larry O. Enough about Coach Nadi. Let's get to these 11U matchups, man. This is what the people want to see.
11U. All right,
Go
I
ahead,
got you.
Clay.
Hit the switch.
Yes, sir.
Hit
Take
the
off.
switch. All right, so with this 11U, man, again, some really good action. Now, you'll notice here, again, we had a team back out. I have 2 teams that I've been talking to right now that are working with their parents to see if they're gonna take that matchup against Lauderdale Lakes Vikings, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
I've given these 2 teams till Saturday morning to let me know something. If y'all got an 11U out there that want to jump in this smoke, they got till Saturday morning to let me know. All right, they'll play Thursday, 12 noon, Field 4, Lauderdale Lakes Vikings versus whoever that TBD would be. I'm not gonna put out there who backed out, but y'all saw the bracket last time, so y'all know who it is. All right, Thursday,
Man.
2 p.m.
Man.
Field 1, Treasure Coast Spartans versus Havoc. Now, this is how the winners are going to fish through this thing. Friday, 1 p.m. One winner is going to get our national champion, Twin City Outlaws. The second winner, 1 p.m. on Field 2, is going to get our national runner-up, the Georgia Eagles. But the first round games on Field 3 and Field 4 at 1 p.m. on Friday have just got a lot more interesting. OG Duck's not coming no more. So now Tarrant City gets a shot at the Flock right out the gate. 1 p.m. Field 3. And then 1 p.m. Field 4, you've got Bullet versus the Montgomery Cardinals. Now, a lot of people might ask, man, how does this whole bracket kind of work out? Hey, man, let me walk you through this thing because I know a lot of y'all didn't take the screenshots from the last show. So, with the team dropping out, if we get that spot replaced or not, Lauderdale Lakes Vikings would, and whoever they play, that winner would get our national champion, which is the Twin City Outlaws. On that same side of the bracket, Montgomery Cardinals and Bullet. So that winner would get whoever the winner is of the trifecta up top in the semifinals. Treasure Coast Spartans and Havoc. The winner of that game will get the national runner-up, which is the Georgia Eagles. Georgia Eagles, or the winner of the other trifecta in the semifinals, would get the winner of the Flock versus Tarrant City Ducks. Now, I think that this bracket, Jonah, is very interesting from the beginning. But a lot of people around the country is saying this thing don't get juicy onto the semifinals because the obvious favorites is Twin City Outlaws versus Montgomery Cardinals on one side and Georgia Eagles versus the Flock on the other side. How do you see this thing playing out, bro?
Man, it's crazy, but it's true to the rankings. It's true to 1, 2, and 3. That's been consistent. Uh, all these teams have been having excellent preseason. You know, Twin City started out a little slow, but that's Twin City. That's their MO. They don't come out offensively the week one, but what you'll always see is their consistent defense. Georgia Eagles, they always have a combination too. Arguably one of the best quarterbacks in youth football at the 11 and under. You know, this is a team that they can run the ball as well as pass the ball. So you have to be sound defensively to play against the Eagles. And then what can you say about the Miami Gardens Ravens? Arguably one of the hottest youth football teams in any age group right now. Anytime they've got on the internet, they've done nothing but highlights, highlights, and highlights. It's gotten bigger than just Little Rod. You see Bam stepping on. You see the quarterback delivering the ball. You see Dex doing what he needs to do on defensive side of the ball. But, you know, each one of these teams, if you were to dissect them, each one of these teams have that particular superstar. You go to Twin City Outlaws, they have a Bryce. They have the running backs. They have the offensive line. You know, they have and Georgia Eagles has the quarterback. They have the wide receivers. They have number 22 in the backfield. So then you have Terrence City Ducks. Terrence City Ducks behind Coach Curtis. All jokes aside, we joke a lot with Coach Curtis, but this team has the potential to be great. It's will they be able to live in the moment? So we've seen Terrence City Ducks play some tough football. We've seen them go to the next level. But then when they get in the moment, they played against Georgia Eagles. The moment was still too big for them. Will they be able to graduate in the moment? Lauderdale Lake Vikings, listen, they were one of the few teams that beat the Miami Gardens Ravens. They have the recipe. Will it be able to transfer? Will they able to be consistent? Same thing with Treasure Coast. Treasure Coast, when they were in the FYFL, with the big upset, play game close. So these teams all have the capability to play with the top three in the nation, to play with the top three, the three big dogs. Now, even in this particular thing, whoever wins this, will they be a front runner to win a national championship? Of course. But it's still going to be a close race all the way to the end between Twin City, Georgia Eagles, and Miami Gardens Ravens until the rest of this crowd of teams can catch up, Clay.
Well, I think you're forgetting one thing, John, and I love your breakdown, right? Because again, if I was a bet man and I had to pick it, I would go with the four favorites in the semifinals, and then of course, you know, I would think it's going to be a Twin City Georgia Eagle rematch in the championship. But here's the thing you're forgetting the most, right? And let me be honest, I'm actually super excited to see the Flock and Lil Rod in person in front of me. Like when that game's going on, don't bother me, right? When they playing Terrence City Ducks, I want to see what the hype is all about. I want to see firsthand, right? But here's the thing we all forgetting. The Terrence City Ducks is playing at home. Curtis is the Panama Poppy. This is his venue. He has the upper hand for that first round game, bro. That plays a lot into it, I feel. Don't rub your head. Don't rub your head. Curtis is the Panama Poppy. This is his home venue. Now you want to laugh.
Curtis.
Now everybody want to laugh. Everybody want to laugh.
Curtis, don't hit me. Hey, Curtis, don't hit my line, dog. This nigga on his own over here. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Well, you know, Curtis, I tried to set you up with the Duck Bowl before. You know, I tried to set you up with the OG Ducks. You saw I tried my hardest. You saw me last week. I even said, I'm gonna go out in the middle of the field and give y'all I even got a duck trophy already made up. Because I knew one duck had to win.
Hey, yeah, I'm a little disappointed.
Hold on, Cole, hold on. But hold on.
I'm a little disappointed we don't get the Ducks versus Doug game, man. I was excited about that.
I might have to chisel that duck to a little raven. Because
hey, man, let's just go. We're going to go ahead and give Curtis his flowers right now. Curtis, y'all are the number one Ducks in youth football in 11U right now. You got it.
Hey.
OG back down.
With it. Hey, I co-sign that, Clay. Terrence City, number one Ducks. right now in YNC. You got that, baby.
Ah, man. Hey, I didn't hear Curtis with the Panama Poppy, man. Now he don't even comment no more. God, dog, Kurt. Thought we was better than that.
Curtis had probably signed off. He like, man, y'all just set me up. Well, no, listen. All jokes aside, I think it's a great opportunity for Tarrant City. You know, if you want to get your name on the map, you want to go ahead in their little 11U group. You know, they keep it all spicy between them. You know, Rail kind of lead it up, Media Rail kind of lead it up over there. What better way, Curtis, that you can get all
This
the
is it.
naysayers
This is
off your
it.
back? The years
This is
of
it.
people aggravating you, doubting you,
This is
forcing
it.
you into the Panama mode. This is your chance, Curtis. Take it, grasp it.
And let's not forget, Jonah, Curtis is a YNC national champion winning coach. So he knows
This
what
is
it
true.
takes to win on this stage. That's the
This
one
is
thing
true.
that he can say that the flock cannot say. Curtis has won
Right.
the national championship on the most competitive platform in the country. They can't say that.
Well,
So that's got to
it
play.
might have
We
been
got to use that, play that factor too.
it might have been 6U, but you know, it's still listen. A championship's a
Ah,
championship.
come on, man! Quit doing my dude like this.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to let that out. My bad. Okay, but yeah, man. He won. He won.
Telling you,
Okay.
man.
Can, hey, hey, Al, can you give me the 12U real quick? Thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay, listen. On Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, I should say, 2 o'clock, man, on field number 2, Osceola Cowboys, who's made a recent splash in the 12U community, okay, going up to
Yeah.
Georgia, handing ABA a loss, has now said, we're not done yet. We want to show any 12U we get on the football field, we're going to do ABA the same way. And then you will be like, okay, well, they beat ABA. But guess what? ABA beat Lambeau. So if we were to say who beat who, Clay, Osceola Cowboys looking good right now. They knocked off the
No
number
doubt.
2, well, the team that knocked off the number 2 team country from in the country from last year. So Osceola Cowboys, look for them to make some noise, but they'll be going up against a very talented Grizzlies United out of Louisiana. A team that has a lot of skill in the backfield. How will speed versus side match up against this? We'll find out at 2 p.m. at field number 2. Now, the winner of that game on Thursday, that play-in game, will take on Big Zip. That's pressure. Big
Yeah.
Zip.
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah.
what? I'm not gonna lie, Clay. I'd rather take on Big Zip out the gate too, because I'm not trying to play all these different games, get worn down, get fatigued. Then I gotta face the monsters out on the block. Nah, give me these monsters right now. We good. Let me get through what I need to, and let's go. So very interesting early matchups on that Friday. So it only will be one Thursday matchup for 12 and under. The rest of them are going to be on Friday. Okay, field number 2 at 3 p.m. Atlanta Elite Lambeau. Big Lambeau will be taking on Lynn Haven Raiders. Now, we know Lambeau took a loss last week, but we've always known Coach Howard has never lost back-to-back games in his career. He's took an L over there, the game that they played last week. How will Coach Howard and Lambeau respond? So, Lynn Haven, you're going to face a very angry Atlanta Elite Lambeau team. I can guarantee you that practice was nothing nice this week with Coach Howard, and we'll see how they respond against this week. They're going to need to, because they're going to be facing their best competition that they faced all year, all in one place. Bullet will be taking on ABA Bulldogs. ABA Bulldogs had a mixed weekend. Started the weekend off a little shaky. Lost to the Cowboys, came back and beat their neighborhood rivalry. Now listen, in defense of this game, Clay, this is a rivalry that's been going on a long time. It's like Florida State playing UN. Can you really gauge the win as the overall talent? Or because these boys go to school with each other, they know each other, the Bulldogs get up to play Lambeau. But Lambeau has been the big brother for the last 4 or 5 times. You know, when your little brother keep messing with you, you pushing his head back, you holding his back, man, chill, little brother. Was that what happened this week against Lambeau, or has ABA finally taken over the 12U spot in Georgia? We'll find this out all on this Friday. Then Texas Elite. Clay, this is a team that's loaded. The team at the running back position, arguably one of the best running backs in the country at this age group. Against the Alpha Dogs. Alpha Dogs giving you mixed signals. The aggressive on defense, have them been able to catch up on offense. At 12 and under, this is a very fast age group. This is where it really starts getting crazy. These teams will need to find themselves on that first day. Half these teams will have, I want to say, what's the word I'm looking for, Clay? Aspirations to continue their season. And the other half will be like, man, we not who we thought we were. So we'll find out all on this Friday. Again, action across the field, YNC, preseason nationals, straight moving.
Hey, man, and I can tell you this. So I watched Texas Elite play this past weekend and get some 13Us, right? And they kept it close. You know what I mean? The 13U kind of ran away with it at the end, but they kept it close. And what impressed me, though, offensively, as I looked at them, of course, we know about Bull. Bull arguably could be the best running back, in that age division in the country. But they did a lot of things with putting the ball in the air. And I like the arm strength. I like the accuracy of the quarterback. More importantly, I like the size of the quarterback. Big, strong kid, right? Offensive line gave him plenty of protection. You didn't see him have to scramble around a lot. So I like how well they're diversifying their offense to get ready for Panama, right? Now, I hadn't talked to Howard, right? But I know that whatever transpired with ABA and Lambeau, like you said, it should be a pissed off Atlanta Elite Lambeau revved up, ready to come to Panama and run through anything that shows up in front of them. But I'm very interested to see what ABA looks like. I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that what they did this past weekend didn't make me start thinking like, what do they have going on over there? Because I had been slowly hearing the whispers over the summer that they've got this piece, they've got that piece. They're bringing in some talent. They've got some coaches that can get some kids motivated, right? But I still wasn't seeing what the whole pie looks like. And then boom, they say they knock off Lambeau, right? Also, what does our defending YNC national champion look like, right? I'm still waiting on some information from them to solidify, some of the things that they want to try to do. So, what does that look like? What does the team look like with these players? What does this team look like with those players? It's a lot of unanswered questions in that 12U division, but one thing is for sure. When we leave Panama, we'll know who the number one 12U team in the country is without a doubt.
100%. 100%.
All right, AG.
Man, wow.
AG,
let's do it.
Let's flip them over to that 13U, 14U slide, man. As you know, hey, and I'm going to put this for anybody out there. We still have room in 13U and 14U. If anybody wants to get in this thing, holla at me before Saturday morning and we'll get you situated. If not, this is how we're going to roll through it. So, Thursday, 6 p.m. on Field 4, Trey Man Jags versus Prolific Breed out of Texas. And I'm going to tell you this, Jonah. I watched Prolific Breed play for the very first time at the West Memorial.
Yeah.
They got a running back, Jonah. And hear me when I say this. He probably had 6 or 7 carries the whole game. He had 4 carries, 315 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
What?
Are you listening to me? 4 carries, 315 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he might be the fastest 13U kid in the country.
Clay, who did they play? Who did they play?
They said he runs a 4.5 flat laser 40 and a 10.800. I'm gonna tell you this. They lied to you about the 10.8. I saw 10.6 when he went down the field. I saw 10.6. So all I can tell you is this. With that playmaker in the backfield, with the balls in his hand, anything can happen, right? But you and I both know Coach TK always does a great job of coaching up that Trey Man organization. So with them combining with West Orlando to make Trey Man Jags, I'm actually interested to see how that's going to turn out. And then Thursday, 2 p.m. on Field 3, Glenwood Rattlers versus the Maryland Heat on 14U. Then when we go on Friday, obviously the winner of Trey Man and Prolific Breed on Field 1 will get the defending YNC National Champion Rare Breeds. And then At the same time, Friday, Field 2 right next to it, you have Boynton Beach versus Alpha Dogs on 13U, and that's a matchup that a lot of people have been talking about. Friday, 7
Yeah.
p.m., Field 1, Glenwood Rattlers versus Tenfold. And then Saturday at 5 p.m. on Field 3, you're going to have Tenfold versus Maryland Heat on 14U. So, like I said, guys, a lot of teams are ducking on 13U and 14U, but we still making this thing work. And anybody on 13 and 14U that wants to jump in this gauntlet and make your claim to be the best in the country, make sure you get in contact with me before Saturday morning, and we can still make some things happen for you. And this is how all age groups are going to start if we were starting today, Jonah.
I love it. I love it. Like I said, I just don't know which games to lock into. You know, I know I'm going to have a conference call, and you're going to get a call from AG. He's going to want everything, at Field 1 to make a movie. And we'll have other live streaming going as well. But, there's only one AG Sports. So, that's going to be a vibe. And like I said, man, this is going to be an experience for a lot of people. If you've never been to nationals, if you've never been to an event like this, get ready for the heat. If you're from out of state and you haven't been to South Florida before, get hydrated. Don't hydrate the day of. Get
Oh,
hydrated
no.
the week of. So
Yeah.
when you get down there, you'll be able, because I'll never forget, there's been a couple of events. I think we were in North Carolina or South Carolina, Clay. I can't remember what it was. People were dropping like flies. We had the paramedics, just, older people just trying to get hydrated then. So just take the warning now, get hydrated, and leave your red cuts at the crib. We'll be getting those games done early enough. If you notice, all those times, the last kickoffs were all like 5 p.m. This will not be any 9 p.m. kickoffs, 10 p.m. kickoffs. Listen, y'all get to go to Panama City and vibe out. We getting y'all in early, and not even that early. You got games kicking off at 10 o'clock, and your last game kicking off
Yep.
at 5 p.m. It's love. You don't got to get up mad early. It won't be no 7 a.m. kickoffs, you know what I'm saying? And it won't be no 10 p.m. kickoffs, Any rules that we wanted to go over, Clay, before we let these good people off the line that you just want to
So, yeah,
discuss before we
so
go ahead?
we do. So, AG, if you could, let's put these rules up. So now these rules are facility rules, right? So we want to make sure while we're at this beautiful complex in Panama City that we abide by their rules. So I want to make sure that we have it up there for everybody to see, and then I will post it on social media as well too. So of course they talk about disorderly conduct and different things like that. They also talk about making sure that people are properly dressed, footwear is always on. No metal spikes are permitted in the park. Like most venues, no sunflower seeds, different things like that. No smoking of any tobacco products, including e-cigarettes and vaping, is prohibited in the venue, guys. So be careful of that, because I know everybody like to hide their vape in their hand and take a little puff and this and that. But, I'm sure that they'll be watching for that, as well as the police that we have on there. No pets are allowed in the sports complex. If it is a service animal, they must be leashed at all times, and you must clean up the service animal's waste. So they will allow service animals, but no other pets. No littering, of course, clean up after yourself, like I said. Addition to the sunflower seeds, no gum. No gas generators, no portable heaters are allowed at the complex. No food or beverages outside of water will be allowed on the actual turf field, right? So, again, a lot of these rules are standard. No skateboarding, no rollerblading, things like that. They will not allow any overnight parking with RVs, right? No fireworks of any form, right? So this is also including no fireworks, no open flames, grills, cookers, anything like that, not even allowed in the parking lot, guys. So make sure that you understand that, because I know a lot of times we try to tailgate. So make sure that none of that is going on, right? Let's see, the park failure to comply. Of course, failure to comply with these rules, they will get law enforcement involved. So these are complex rules, guys. Screenshot this, share it with your parents, teen moms, different things like that. But outside of that, Jonah, the only rule I have is to show up and have a great time, man, because it's about to go down.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I want to give a shout out to a couple things. Of course, shout out to the Ricky Sanchez preseason tournament in Texas. Shout out to Clash in the Midwest. Shout out to my boy at Media Graphics holding it down. They'll be joining us, of course, Amp will be joining us with the drones. Also, we'll be mic'd up. We'll get Trap House Meech has a new business that mics up the kids. So we'll be micing up these kids, letting them have a vibe. Of course, AG Sports. Don't get it twisted. I saw a couple comments online about comparing live streams. Don't forget the originator. I know y'all forgot about Dre because y'all ain't see AG posting them out. Y'all ain't see the, you know what I'm saying? But don't worry, we'll give y'all a taste. It's coming up next week. We'll give y'all a reminder who does this and who does this and who does this. So we get ready for that, man. Like y'all said, listen, come out, have a good time, be safe. Don't get locked up. Be there for your kids. It ain't worth it. But Panama City Police will be on deck. And besides that, man, we just looking for, the guys really have a great time. Panama City has a lot of stuff to do. My birthday is August 3rd. That's going to be that Saturday. We will turn up, but I need y'all to be able to just hang through that Friday. Listen, Clay, you know what? I know a lot of people going to be hot on Thursday because half the team's going to be disappointed that Thursday night. They're going to be hot. And then that Friday night, half of those teams that was half, they're going to be even hotter. So I don't even know. Listen, my birthday going to probably be very secluded because half them teams going to be filtered out, hot, and lost all their money, mad. But that's good. I ain't want a whole bunch of people there anyway. So, man, let's get ready and enjoy the week, man. And Clay, this is just the road to the national championship. This is the road to it. That Tuesday night after Panama City is going down will be the official drop of the 2024 Youth National Championship rankings. So that Sunday, boom, 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 boom. That Tuesday, we are back here, same place, same time, dropping the official rankings from head to toe. 6U to 14U is going down. Clay, you want to go ahead and kiss the babies and say goodbye before we out of here, my man?
Listen, man, like I said, still have a spot on 11U, right? Still have some opportunities on 13U and 14U. Teams want to be a part of it, get at me before Saturday morning. If not, hey, see everybody in Panama.
Thursday, baby, on and popping.
Let's go.
Let's take them for the YNC. We shooting a movie. Meet us on the set. We at YNC. Battle tested. Generation X. Ayy, YNC. Want to smoke. You know where it's at. At the YNC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YNC. Yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YNC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YNC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YNC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, yeah, this is where it started. Where your skills, where your rank, where your heart at. Where your fans, where your coaches, where your squad at. It's how you finish up the drill, it don't matter where you start at. Ayy, this is where all the gangs get litty. Ayy, yeah, tell me who gon' take it back to they city. Yeah, ayy, this is where all the greatest teams be. Game week, yeah, you know where to find me. Let's take them for the YNC. We shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YNC. Battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YNC. Want to smoke, you know where it's at. At the YNC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YNC. Yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YNC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YNC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YNC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze. Ayy, YNC. Can anybody beat rare breed at the YNC? Voodoo going 4 or 5P at the YNC. Big zip, solid concrete at the YNC. Adamsville coming back to eat. Yeah, YNC. Bessemer got 2 different teams in the YNC. Them Buckeyes gon' crush them by the dreams at the YNC. Them beat that cause it ain't no in between. Ayy, who leaving out of Florida with that ring? Let's take them for the YNC. We shooting a movie, meet us on the set. We at YNC. Battle tested, Generation X. Ayy, YNC. Want to smoke, you know where it's at. At the YNC with it. Gotta know what to expect. Yeah, YNC. Yeah, that's where everybody be. Ayy, YNC. Last year we gave the folk the key to the YNC. Who gon' be the last one to leave out the YNC? Pull up and I get out here and freeze.